What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video here on Footy Talks. The pressure is already on early on in the league season. We have the likes of Athletico Madrid already needing to play catch up in the league after their 1-0 loss against Espanyol. We have Real Madrid, who despite their win against Osasuna 1-0 do need to improve if they do want to compete with the likes of Barca in the league title. And we have Barca, who despite their 3-0 win against Mallorca also do need to improve as well and not stay complacent if they do want to stay on top of the league and keep their league title. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and be going over Barca against Levante. Now, Barca haven't faced off against Levante since April 2022. That was way back when Xavi was in charge and it was a completely different set of players. As per our record against Levante away from home, it hasn't been all that convincing, and it goes to show that Levante isn't an easy place to go to their stadium to try to get the win. So that is something that the players are going to need to be on the lookout for, and they can't show laziness, they can't show complacency at all. I think Hansi Flick has made an emphasis on that, especially after our win against Mallorca 3-0. If you guys did watch the match, in the second half, Barca's intensity did drop. When Barca were winning 2-0 and Mallorca was down to 9 men, the intensity did drop. So after that match, Hansi Flick wasn't impressed at all, and he did make a statement to the players that they cannot lose focus like that or lose intensity like that and underestimate any opponent. So I would expect Barca not to underestimate Levante at all whatsoever, especially considering that we do need to keep the pressure on Athletico Madrid, who do play before us, and Real Madrid, who do play after us the day after. So that is going to be something for Barca players and Hansi Flick to think of as we're going into this match. As per the starting lineup that I do think is going to be, it's going to be Joan Garcia in goal. Now, Joan Garcia, he did have a really good game against Mallorca. He kept a clean sheet and was really good whenever he was called into action, whether it was shot stopping or being a sweeper keeper. So hopefully that is the case against Levante, that we do keep a clean sheet. And as per our backline, I do expect to see a backline of Koundé, Araujo, Cubarsí, and Alejandro Balde. As per Koundé, I do think that he's going to start the match ahead of Eric Garcia. I know Eric Garcia in his last match, he did do pretty well against Mallorca, but Koundé, he just renewed his contract with Barca until 2030, and I do think he is going to be starting ahead of Eric Garcia. Now, if Eric Garcia starts ahead of Koundé in this match, it would be a big statement, and it could even go ahead and show us that Jules Koundé does have genuine competition in that right back position, which is good to see, especially considering the long season that we're going to have with the different competitions from La Liga, the Champions League, the Copa del Rey. So it is good to see that competition there. So we're going to have to go and see how that backline looks like, but I think Koundé will go ahead and get the start. As per our midfield, I do think the midfield three that we're going to see Pedri, Casado, and Dani Olmo. Now, as for Casado starting, the reason I would say Casado would start ahead of Frankie is that Frankie de Jong, he just had his newborn baby, which congratulations to him. It has been a hectic few days for him for sure, attending to his wife and his newborn baby. So I do think Casado will go ahead and get the start ahead of Frankie just because of that. So then that way Frankie doesn't have too much mental strain to have to focus on the match after tending to his wife and baby, which again, congratulations to him, and that's completely understandable. And also, Hansi Flick in his press conference, he did say that Casado is an essential part to his team. He did say that Casado is a quality player and that Barca does need all of the quality they could get, especially for the long season to come. And these are matches right here where Casado does need to try to make a statement to show why he should be in contention for a starting place. So it would be a really good opportunity for him to start and to see what he could do. And then Pedri, I mean, Pedri's just Pedri. If there was any guaranteed starter in Barca, I would say it has to be Pedri, unless he's injured or fatigued. And Dani Olmo, I do think that he's going to get to start ahead of Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez in the match against Mallorca didn't really have the impact that he would have wished he had against a low block. So I do think Dani Olmo coming in for him in this match does bring a different profile against a low block. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Fermin Lopez come on in the second half, or even see him in other games. As Hansi Flick, he did also make a statement saying that Fermin, he is an essential player as well to his team, and we also do need all of the quality that we could get. So there have been rumors that were going around about Casado and Fermin being transferred to different teams. For example, Premier League teams, French teams, and so forth. So all those rumors have been put to bed, which is really good to see. I mean, those two players are quality players, and hopefully we could see them, if not in this game, throughout the season, as they're going to be important. And as for the front line, I would expect to see the same front line that we saw against Mallorca. We have Rafinha, Ferran, and Lamine Yamal starting in the front three. Now, each of the front three did get a goal against Mallorca. And I do think that each of them have earned their spots to start. It would be interesting to see if Ferran does get swapped out for Rashford. However, I don't think that would be the case. But it would be interesting if Hansi Flick tries to put Rashford as a number 9 instead of Ferran, to see if there's a different dynamic, especially from the start. With the likes of Rafinha and Lamine Yamal to the side. But we'll go ahead and see what happens in that case. I mean, Ferran, I do think he earned his spot with his goal and his performance throughout the match against Mallorca. Now, as going on to the prediction now for the match, I do think that despite Barca's away form against Levante in recent times, I do think that Barca are going to get the win. I mean, those matches that we played against Levante away from home, they were with a different set of players and different coaches. And in this match, going into it, we have Hansi Flick, and we have these quality players who I'm pretty sure by Hansi Flick have been motivated to not stay complacent and to perform well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a scoreline of 3-0 with Barca winning. Hopefully that is the case, but we're going to have to go ahead and see. It is important for Barca to get the win overall, as Barca do need to keep the pressure on Athletico Madrid and Real Madrid. We have Athletico Madrid who do play just before Barca, and we have Real Madrid who do play the day after. So the pressure is already on in La Liga. We have to try our best to stay on top of La Liga and to not let up against the likes of Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, or even any other surprise team there is. But you guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments below of what you guys are thinking ahead of this match, of what you guys would want to see for your guys' starting lineup. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Your guys' support truly does mean a lot to me and does go a long way. And hopefully in the next video we could go ahead and be talking about Barca's win. But I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll try to get it out for you guys as soon as possible. Peace out.